Sunak's Rwanda flights are to take off within weeks, the health secretary is claiming. We're going to read into this more from The Independent, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Independent with the headline of Sunak's Rwanda flights are to take off within weeks, the health secretary has claimed. Victoria Atkins was unable to say whether the government had found a carrier for the flights. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit that like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. Really? Really, health secretary? You know, they're ready to go within a few weeks, but you can't tell us who these people are flying with exactly. You can't give us the details, but we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready within a couple of weeks, guys. It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Why are we still talking about this? Why are we still kicking this dead duck of a bill down the road? This is not going to make a difference. It's not going to change anything on immigration. It's not going to stop the boats. I mean, it's just the problems behind this scheme are just mounting and mounting up. And yet still, somehow, for some reason, Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, and his government are still trying to plow this through somehow, like it's going to be the be-all and end-all, that this Rwanda, when those Rwanda flights take off, everything's going to make everything better. That everything's going to be perfect, guys. And it is. It's going to be all perfect. It's going to be all nice and rosy for you guys. But we know, and I'm sure 90% of the people who watch this will know, that this is not going to work. We know it's not going to work. And we are wasting our time consistently talking about this. Sunak needs to ditch this. And I think he should be putting his hand in his pocket and paying back. Him and the Conservative Party actually should be putting their hands in their pockets and paying back the taxpayers for the amount of money that we have wasted in this whole investment. I still do not believe for a moment that we're going to send a flight off to Rwanda. Yeah, not ones of immigrants. I still don't think it's going to happen. You know, so he's obviously going to lose the bet with Piers Morgan. Not that anyone cares about that. But I just think he never even believed in it himself, guys. Yeah, it was also important to remember this as well. He never actually believed in this scheme in the first place, and he actually wanted to shut it down, but they still ploughed on with it when under Boris Johnson and Liz Truss, and yet here we are, still going on with it, and it's just like, just let it go, like literally. I'm literally thinking of the Frozen song, Let It Go. But they just won't let this policy go, guys. Despite the fact that it's just not going to happen. It really is not. And even if they find a carrier, there's still way too many obstacles for them to go through as well. Rwanda is not a safe country. And remember, if you haven't seen the videos already, we have literally been taking Rwandan refugees in from the country to the United Kingdom. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. We have actually taken them as well. And you can find that in my playlist, in my Asylum Seekers, Asylum and Immigration playlist. You can find that video there. That we have literally been taking them in. I think we took 5 Rwandan refugees from them. Yeah, had them flown over. But, you know, we can't fly them from here to Rwanda, immigrants. Because, obviously, Rwanda's not a safe country. Which is why we're in this situation where they think this government is insisting Rwanda is a safe country, despite the fact that we have literally taken Rwandan refugees from the country to here because it's not been a safe place for them. Logic? There is none, guys. There is no logic to this. So the Health Secretary has said that flights carrying asylum seekers to Rwanda will take off within weeks, despite being unable to disclose whether the government has found a carrier. Victoria Atkins maintains that she wants flights to take off as quickly as possible, adding it will be certainty within weeks. But when quizzed on Sky News about which airline will be carrying out the return flights, Miss Atkins was unable to answer. She said, "The Home Office is working on me. Believe you me, the Home Office is ready to go." Yes, it's ready to go, guys. I can't. But surely, if you're ready to go, you would tell us what who's taking these flights. Surely that's not a issue, is it? It's not a security issue or anything like that. Surely you can tell us, right? Surely? Reverse? No. Well, clearly not. She added, we have seen some real progress in last year with reductions in small boat crossings by a third. Which is contrary, actually, to the trend we're seeing across the European continent. She said the Rwanda scheme is just one part of an overall plan to cut illegal migration. Oh, is it? Well, I thought it was the main plan. Her comments come as the government's plans to deport migrants to Rwanda was thrown into turmoil after it was reported that Rwandan state airline turned down a proposal to transport UK asylum seekers to Kigali under Rishi Sunak's offshore deportation scheme. Reports last week suggest that the Rwandan air declined the government's request last year after being approached about running the removal flights. The Financial Times quoted the Home Office insider who claimed it was because of the potential damage to their brand. What a surprise. Another airline that didn't want to associate with the Rwanda scheme. Rishi Sunak has previously maintained that flights to Rwanda would take off in the spring and that controlling migration is a major priority for his government. No, because obviously, our cost of living crisis, helping feeding your children is obviously not as important as dealing with the immigration or our floundering economy or, our businesses that have suffered ever since we left the EU or, our failed education system. Let's not talk about that as well. And crime has gone up significantly here in England. And the housing crisis as well. That's obviously not going well, but immigration is obviously the biggest issue, guys. Yeah. Mr. Sunak has even threatened to override the UK's obligations under the European Convention on Human Rights, the ECHR, in order to ensure his Rwanda plan goes ahead. By the way, if anyone who thinks taking us out of the ECHR is going to make a difference, they're wrong. If you are in favour of removing the ECHR, you're literally in favour of removing your human rights, your basic human rights that you have. You're in favour of your children, your friends and your family having essential basic human rights that you are entitled to. You will lose all of them if you want to remove the ECHR, by the way, from the UK's obligations on it. Yeah. So just remember that. You are saying that you want to take your human rights away from yourself, from your friends and from your family if you ever want to go down that path. Just remember, that's what you're saying if you have an issue with the ECHR. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and look it up. Yeah, go and read exactly what the European Convention on Human Rights is, what it does, and the details. Yeah? Don't take my word for it. Go do the research yourself. Yeah? Don't go listening to what GB News or Nigel Farage or Lee Anderson are saying. No, literally go and read it yourself. In an interview, the Prime Minister defended his approach to tackling small boats crossing the channel, but indicated he'd be willing to lead the ACHR if it blocked his Rwanda policy. It's not going to work, guys. I've told you, it's not going to work, this Rwanda policy. He told the Sun, I believe that all plans are competent with all our international obligations, including the ECHR, but do believe that our border security and making sure we can control illegal migration is more important than membership of a foreign court. It's not a foreign court, it's an international court, and international courts could be anywhere. We can even have an international court here in the UK, guys, because it is fundamental to our sovereignty as a country. The safety of Rwanda Asylum and Immigration Bill is set to return to the Parliament next week, including provisions that would allow ministers to ignore orders from the court. But members of the more moderate One Nation group of Tory MPs have warned against leaving the convention, while others have said such a move would breach the Good Friday Agreement, which includes a requirement to incorporate the ACHR into Northern Irish law. Can we move on from this? Can we move on from this, guys? I'm so tired of this. Literally, you know what I actually generally would like? I would like Rishi Sunak to literally die on this hill. Call the general election and say, if you vote for us, we will get those flights going and we will make sure we'll bring immigration down, even though we've been in power for 14 years and we've made immigration actually worse for you. But don't tell anyone that. Don't tell the right-wingers that, because they'll get very mad. They'll get very upset with us, and we don't want to upset them. We don't want to upset them. There's a hill You're fighting a battle you cannot win with this Rwanda plan. It's like being 10-0 down with 10 minutes to go, and you still think you can score 11 goals in 10 minutes. Now, you might think you're crazy enough to do that, but let's be realistic. This policy is inhumane. This policy is wrong. This policy is unfair. This policy is unworkable. Yeah, there's no way it's going to work, which is why Labour are still planning to scrap it when they come into power, and I'm glad that they're still sticking to that. We have wasted so much taxpayer money on this. Think of the amount of money. What is it? £500 million we've wasted of taxpayer money on this. Think of that money. Think of all the money that we've wasted, taxpayer money, on this whole scheme, and we still haven't got a single flight off. Think of where that money could go. Think about all the issues that are taking place in the UK right now. Yeah, all the issues that you can think of, guys. Yeah, and we've wasted £500 million on this policy. Is it worth it? I think, yeah, you already know the answer. This needs to be buried, and we need to address more fundamental issues in the UK. Yeah, this is not how you deal with immigration. Yeah, I understand there are migration problems. I'm not debating that, but this is not the way to deal with it. It's not going to deter people. It's not going to deter people stopping the boats. It's not going to deter people from hiding in trucks. It's not going to deter ways for people still coming to the UK. It's not going to change anything. Okay, it really is not. We are literally just throwing money at a policy that will not make a difference whatsoever to migration. But what do you guys think? Do you generally think it will? Do you actually think, that this will Rwanda, if these flights will take off, do you think they will take off? Do you think they will make a difference? Do you actually think they will reduce migration? What do you honestly think about this whole scheme? Or are you tired of hearing about it and you just want to move on? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further and financially support me in the work I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.